bomb bomb. Let me guess your favorite fragrance. And you got that bomb. I'm trying that nature.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about this epic makeup look that we've managed to create. I wanted to go for something sort of bronzy, shimmery, more so fall-like for you guys. Something a little on the darker side, but of course that brings out our highlights and our natural tones. I'm really excited for us to get into the video. We're going to go over crease cuts, operation for how I did them for this video, how we got into the look, get into the details and specifics about which products we're using. This is in no means a tutorial. It is just simply me getting into depth about what I do personally for my makeup. But if you guys do want to see tutorials, of course I can start to film those for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to use our lash glue as eyebrow gel. We're going to go ahead and slick that onto our eyebrows and then slick our eyebrows straight up in a forward motion. This right here is going to make sure that we have the longevity within our eyebrows to make sure that they're good. Then we're going to go in with our NYX eyebrow pencil, and we're going to go ahead and draw baby eyebrow hairs onto our eyebrows. And of course we're going to slick those up as well with the spoolie. Then we'll go ahead and do in the other side because PEMDAS, you know, one thing you do to one side, you've always got to do to the other. I find that this is the best method to do my brows. And then once I have them filled in with the NYX pencil, I go in with a regular eyebrow pencil and I kind of just shape them up to give them a definite line. Now, once I've got that definite line, I'm going to go in with my concealer brush. Now, I believe that these are the mixed or Real Technique concealer brushes. This is just their generic pack there. You get like, I believe like 4 or 5 in. Nothing super crazy. I just went ahead and got them from Ulta a while back. They are one of my favorite brushes to use. I do feel like they glide on really smoothly and they are very easy to clean whenever you're finished with your makeup. But once I've gone ahead and I've drawn that concealer line above my brow, I'm going to go in with the smaller Real Technique brush and just line up underneath my eyebrows as straight as I possibly can. I'm going to do that to both sides. Now, once I've went ahead and I've lined them, I'm going to fill them in just a little bit onto my lid. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Pro Concealer. Whoever in the world made the Pro Concealer concealer line, you are a godsend. I love this concealer for everything. I go ahead in and I dab that in with the same brush that I use to kind of outline the top of my brows. And I use that to go ahead and fill in on my eyelid there. And of course, once again, what you do to one side, you are going to do to the other. Now, once that is finished filling in, I am going to go ahead and take my Real Technique Beauty Blender. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out as nicely as I can on my lid. I don't want it to be super heavy, but I do want it to have some definition. Now then I'm going to go in with a Real Technique eyeshadow brush there from their Eyeline set. I have the full foundation brushes set and I also have the full eye compact set. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to follow the natural kind of shape of my eye, kind of like if I were putting on eyeliner. And I'm just going to go in there with a darker shade. I am using my Morphe 9B palette. It is the Matte Essentials palette there, but I'm taking it in with the darker brown shade. Definitely getting into my creases really nice and just blending it out. I want something soft and fluffy, but very smoky, so that way I can get a nice sharp finish on the ends there. And as you can see, I'm just slowly filling that in, filling it into where it's dark around the edges, but it lightens up as it blends into the concealer. All right, now once I'm satisfied with that, I am going to go ahead and line in my crease cut. I'm going to fill that in with the light concealer, as light of a shade as I could possibly go. It's going to match my face. So this is going to look more white. And then of course I'm going to pat that in. I'm not going to blend it in, just going to pat it in smooth. Very smooth there. Give it like a nice sharp kind of look. Now we are going to soften this out when we get into filling it up with our eyeshadow, as we are doing now. Once again, we're still using the Morphe 90 Matte Essentials palette when we're going in with that warm golden yellow color. We're going to go ahead and fill in our crease cut with that color there. We're going to fill that in with the same brush that we did our outer corners of our eyes with when we were filling in with that darker brown shade. Just going to smudge it very gently, compact it, and then smudge it out again. It's a very, very simple crease cut. Now, once I'm satisfied with that, I am going to go ahead and take my shimmer brush. I'm going to go ahead and dust it with a little bit of gold shimmer. I am using the gold shimmer from, once again, the Morphe 90 Matte Essentials palette. This is probably going to be our main foundation when it comes to this palette here. Now, once I have filled in my eyes to my liking, I am going to take a Q-tip with a little bit of Vaseline or a little bit of oil on it. And I'm just going to swipe and create my crease cut inside of my eyes. Now, these products are water-based, so they are going to have a hard time coming off with water. So we are going to use an oil to go ahead and create that crease. Now, once we've done that, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face. Now, we're not going to start doing our face just yet. We are going to go back up to the eyes. But priming our face, we're going to let it sit so that when we do our base, we can go ahead and be prepared. Now we've moved on to our eyeliner here. I am just using the traditional e.l.f. water eyeliner, which I tend to like, especially for looks of this nature, because once the eyeliner starts to fade, it will kind of fade into that brown outer edge there. So it's not going to be super firm. It's actually going to give more of a matte look than a glossy eyeliner look, which is something that we are going for. Now, of course, PEMDAS, once I've perfected my crease on that side, I am going to go ahead and perfect my crease using eyeliner again on the other side. I like to follow the brown shape that I'm using with the eyeshadow. And then, of course, once I've drawn my lines, I'm going to steadily fill that in and try to match them as best as I can to the opposite side. Now, keep in mind, I am no professional at this. I am learning as I go, especially when it comes to eyeliner. I am going to take my little cardboard homemade fan, and I'm going to go ahead and fan my eyes to dry them, and then take another Q-tip with oil and clean the bottom. As we can see, everything's looking nice and setting nice. Then we'll go in with our Morphe Matte Setting Spray, and we're going to dry that with our fan as well. Once we're done with that, we are going to go in with our concealer brush. Now, I do use the Morphe concealer line for everything. I love their matte foundations concealer line. I'm going to go in with that. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I used for my eyebrows to define them. I'm going to go in with my concealer and just touch it up. Now, you're not going to drag the concealer around. As you can see, I am doing a pat, 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 pat motion, and then bringing the concealer down to where I want it to be, and then patting it in. Once I've patted it into my face exactly in the spots that I'd like it to be defined, I am going to go ahead and then take my Morphe Setting Beauty Blender and go ahead and set that. Now, once I've done that, I am going to go in with my foundation. Now, this foundation is more so meant to bronze. I am using a beauty supply store palette for this. I can definitely get the name and link it in the YouTube description box for you. But it is very, very simple. I'm just taking a lighter, warmer shade, and I'm dusting that all over my face like a bronzer. Then I'm going to go ahead and do my chin. Now, I always do my chin last because I don't like for my chin to be too shiny, and I need it to blend in perfectly with that bronzer foundation that I just set. Now, of course, my chin is going to look a little ashy at first because we haven't blended it into anything. But once we blend it out, we're going to take a little dance break. We're moving. Yes, vibing to the music in the room. And then we'll go ahead and go back to blending our face out. Makeup should be fun. It's all about doing it the way you want to do it. There's not really a process. You just enjoy it. Now, we are going in with the light Dust foundation. I use the IT Cosmetics foundation. This is just going to tie the bottom of our face and our neck together. And then you're going to go back in and using that same foundation, you're going to brush it in a little bit on your forehead, up towards your eyebrows, and dust your nose. Now, baking is my absolute favorite part of makeup. I love a chiseled out jawline. Y'all be making fun of Ari, saying she looks like Jigsaw because of her chiseled out jawline, but I am obsessed with it, so I love it. Go ahead and chisel it out with my setting powder on both sides of my face. Then I'm going to go in with my brightening baking powder in the shade Banana by Revolution. I swear by this setting powder, it does wonders for my face, brightens up my under eye without having to do too much. And then of course I'm going to blend that all in. I use a blush brush. Once again, all of my brushes are the Real Technique brushes. Then of course going back in with my matte setting spray and setting it all again and fanning myself all over again as well. I'm going to go in with some highlight. Now the highlight is eyeshadow technically, and it's going to be from the same Morphe 9B palette there. We're going to just dust that into my face with the same blush brush that we've been using. And then I went ahead and started to put on my lashes. But as you'll see, I went ahead and lined my lashes along the same eyeliner pattern that I did. But I did go ahead and put my lashes on off camera because they weren't sticking and it was very frustrating. I went ahead and did my lips. I wanted to go for a darker kind of ombre lip. As the girls say, the 5% tint. So I did go in with my lip gloss. I used the Ruby Kisses lip gloss, the mint peppermint oil one. I feel like it is the most moisturizing lip gloss I've ever used, especially when it comes to beauty supply lip glosses. Once again, going in, taking my eyelash glue, lining up, and then doing my eyelashes off camera. Now going ahead and setting my face once again with the setting powder and spraying it. And these are the results of the final look. Something very simple, something very cute, and something very golden. It looks gorgeous, looks flawless. And not only does it look flawless, it's a very simple makeup routine for you guys to learn. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed today's video here on how to create this beautiful, gorgeous makeup look. Of course, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all other platforms. I would greatly appreciate it. Comment below what other makeup looks you'd love to see me do, as I think that's something I'm going to gear the channel towards, is more makeup and beauty finds. Let me know if you have anything specific you want to see, anything specific you want me to try. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for your support, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening as always. I never had thoughts that control